All right, everyone. So I have a little bit of a vent for you guys. I ended up getting a 3-day chat restriction in Valorant. And for those of you who play Valorant, you know if you get a 3-day chat restriction, you can't play ranked. Now, normally when this happens, I really don't care. I'll normally just go play a different game for a few days and call that like my calm down period for the game to just kind of like get all that, bad juju out of my fucking head and just get a reset on the game, right? But this time I actually appealed it, and I think the verdict was kind of BS. Not in the sense that I didn't say anything that warranted it. I called the dude a RETARD, and I'm spelling it out because YouTube is very, very strict about you saying that in videos on the channel. They don't really care about live stream, but if you post it in a video, they care. And I called him a pussy once. Now, when I went to go submit this appeal, I saw the chat logs to where I got flagged. And I got flagged for saying the R word 3 times and calling him a pussy once. And let me give you all some context on how this went down. Our exchange, me and him, like me screaming at him, him screaming at me, lasted a minute before I muted him. Like all back and forth of me calling him R word 3 times and a pussy literally lasted, I think, a maximum of a minute. So we're playing Ascent and we're defending. Right now, at this point, the game's 6-5. We're up 6-5. We're defending. I'm in market defending B main entrance, right? I'm in market. I get 2 kills on enemies trying to enter B site. And, a bunch of smokes are going down. I end up getting smoked in market. And at this time, I have teammates commenting out that the enemy is rotating A and they're rotating out. And so I take out my knife and I'm about to rotate out of market, and to where the enemy Cypher peers through the smoke market with my knife out, and he somehow doesn't kill me. So I go to take my gun back out, and after scrolling down and taking my gun back out, me moving my finger from the scroll wheel back to the clicker, I accidentally pushed the scroll wheel forward again. And so I take my knife back out, well, then I have to take my gun back out. And he doesn't kill me down during that entire time, but once the smoke drops, we end up trading. I barely lost to him, but because of this, because of me accidentally pulling out my knife for the second time and losing the trade, my bottom feeding KO, who likes to flash his teammates because he doesn't know how to use his agent, decides to go off. And I mean really fucking go off. I'm top frag at the time, and he's like, oh, what are you doing, you fucking RET, you know what I'm saying? He starts calling me that a few times, and, I'm top frag. I'm positive by like 6. He's negative by like 4 or 5 or some shit. And so I start going off on his ass. He starts calling me the R word, so I start calling him it back. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. And then he starts calling me a pussy, so I call him a fucking pussy. And I'm like, dude, God, the last thing I said to him, I said, God forbid I'm human and I make a mistake and I accidentally hit my scroll wheel a second time, you fucking pussy. And that was the last chat. And you gotta understand, this all happened round 12, mid-round 12, before round 13, the swap, halftime swap happened. Before pistol round even started on round 13, I already had him muted because you could just tell he was gonna keep dragging this out. So, we exchanged words a little bit for, again, probably less than a minute, and I mute his ass. I think the score was 10-13 at this time, and our Killjoy, who only used his mic to calm out and stuff, fucking went off on KO. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up. This happened like 8 rounds ago, or whatever it was. Like, shut the fuck up, drop it, and keep playing the fucking game. And I asked Killjoy, I'm like, dude, is he still talking shit? He was like, yes, he is. He won't fucking drop it. And so I unmute him, and sure enough, KO still calling me the R word. He's calling me a pussy. He's saying, unmute me, you fucking... He calls me the FAG word a few times. And so I just mute him again. We end up losing the game 11-13. And I just fucking go about my day, go on to the next game. I'm not even reporting the dude because I don't care. I'm not someone who's soft. You can call me names, but just know I'm gonna call it's you right back. But I end up getting chat restricted for 3 days. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, surely he got chat restricted too. I go look up his account on Valve Tracker. Nope. Homie's still playing ranked games, And so I did a 3-day chat restriction for a probably 1 minute max back and forth argument to where we both said shit to each other, compared to him to where he is constantly keeping it going for the rest of the game. I mean, 6-6, losing 11-13, that's how many rounds? 5, 10, that's what, 12 rounds? So he kept it going for literally 12 more rounds, calling me names, all this other shit, and would not drop it. And he doesn't get chat banned. Shit like that is what I have an issue with. So I put in an appeal. I was like, yes, I know I said shit I shouldn't have, right? But I instantly muted him. Like, our argument lasted a minute. He kept it going. Oh, I got a call. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below.